All right, so the next section of my OLIPOP design tutorial is this, but I wasn't excited about it. I wasn't really sure what I should do here. I was like, I could probably use the embed block and create maybe one link and then one below, but I didn't think those images would transfer over or anything. So I decided to skip it and find something more exciting to design. So I went to the Shop All Flavors page and I loved it so much. We get to see all the fun flavors and it's just so beautiful. Also, I knew I could do this header almost perfectly. So I wanted to kind of flex that and boost my confidence after those last couple interactions. So here's my course. Here's the website. Here's my course. So yeah, basically I just put in a paragraph. I formatted this Windsor bold text and colored it out how we've been doing throughout this whole thing. The background color matches, just did it custom with the Mighty Color Picker. And then I added in a spacer block and put in the image that I pulled from the website and just saved that to my desktop, uploaded it right in here. And then something really fun was I used a Mighty transition. So I just want to show you how easy this is. So let me just bump this down so you can see what it looks like without the transition. It's still really cool. I like that sharp edge actually, but I want it to look like the website. So adding in the transition, and when you're using like a spacer block or anything like that, and you just put a transition directly below it, it just inherits that background image if I have this on. So that saves so much time because usually I would design something out like this in Figma and upload it as a separate image and it would just be really exhausting. So this is so simple. And then of course, if you're familiar with our edit transition settings, you can have all the fun adjusting this and playing around with it. So if I just delete this out and bring my old one back, it's good and back to normal. So perfect. Now that was super easy and super quick and my confidence is sky high. I'm sure you can hear it in my voice right now how happy I am. So let's go back to the website and look at what's next. So our flavors. So we have a ton of flavors here and I was like, okay, this is going to require me to design a lot of fun images. And I had so much fun designing all the other images for those carousels and whatnot. So I wanted to do some more. I did see this cool filtering shot by our flavors, variety packs, and gift cards, and it does navigate straight down to the bottom of the page, but I don't have those skills. So I knew kind of when to fold, and I decided just to see if I could get all these fun images in here. So you do see they're in this grid, a 4x4. So I did a 4x4 grid and then I did label this so it could be a little bit more accessible and we could have this editable text out of the images. Okay, that was cool, but I just felt like it was really pretty and I love seeing all of these, but it didn't really accomplish like the cool little elements and those waves and the reverse side of things. So I was like, well, what does this remind me of? I can't really do this treatment, but like this reminds me of kind of a flip card, right? So I next took these images, applied them all to a flashcard grid. So unfortunately, we can't do a flashcard grid as a 4x4. Then it drops down to rows of 2 and gets really big. If you know Rise really well, I don't need to describe that anymore. You just get it. So I decided to just make it a 3x3, so that changed things just a little bit, but still gets the message across. And then when you flip, it brings up the really nicely designed wavy background with the description, and the stars are back, and each one has its own custom photo. So I was able to pull all of these image assets out of the website. So like when I click on this, I was able to save these images, but I did have to do a lot of design work myself. So I pulled that image, but then I did have to design all of the text and the stars and the waves out again. So it was really fun, but you can see there are a lot of them. So it was really important that I learned how to copy and paste, use my color picker, and just style things really quickly, so that I could finish this in a timely manner. And that really helped for sure. Um, so yeah, I think I like this option much better just because it is more interactive, it is more engaging, it does feel a little bit more like the website, in my opinion, even though it's a different type of interaction. It's like it has a little bit of drama and flair added to it rather than just these static, plain images. So that was the route that I decided to take here. And I'm actually really happy with it. I think it's really cool. And I will say, one thing that I like more about my design versus theirs is that their line doesn't finish all the way. They have these two floaters, but mine finishes on evenly because it's divisible by 3 and it's not divisible by 4. So pat myself on the back for that one. I got to take my little wins where I can get them.